We are now recording. I want to welcome everyone to our TFU 2019 overview calls slash
91.
um,
Copy and paste that number.
training calls. So what I'm going to do is mute everyone out. I know everyone is muted because everyone is excited. I want to welcome you guys. My name is Stan Hollowell. I am one of the founders of the TFU movement, and I want to welcome all of you to our 2019 overview slash training call. What are we going to be doing an overview on? It's going to be real simple, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to teach people a simple way to make money from the largest industry in the world. It's called Forex. I will not get into explaining to you what Forex is, but if you decide to get involved with us, you will learn about it. It is a $5.3 trillion per day industry, and many people have gotten their piece of this $5.3 trillion on a daily basis. Well, I wouldn't say they got 5.3 trillion, but they got their piece of this because every day this market has an opportunity for you to earn a great deal of income. Now, you know, on the flip side of earning a great deal of income, there have been many people who've lost a lot of money as well. Many of us experience losses as well. But what we have learned in the last 3 months is a system that is allowing the novice of novice to come into something, learn how to take, learn how to place a trade, learn how to exit a trade, learn how to hit a take profit, learn how to hit stop loss, learn how to set a trail, and then learn how to trade what they see versus what they think. Now, that's all we're going to talk to you about. Is there more that you can learn from trading? Absolutely. There's so much more that you can learn from trading, but we're going to keep it simple. We're going to learn and teach you how a few symbols. We do things, we trade symbols, lines, colors, and arrows. What are the symbols? This right here on my shirt, thumbs up and thumbs down. Simple as that. Thumbs down simply means we're looking to take a sell. Thumbs up means we're looking to take a buy. And our symbols will tell you what to do. We're going to also train you a little bit afterwards, if you stick around, on how you can generate 10 pips. Literally, I'm in a trade right now as we speak, guys. If you're looking at anyone who's on trade right now, GBP AUD is rocking right now. It's moving. It's I wouldn't say moving, but when you're learning how to trade what you see, guys, it is a powerful tool and a powerful system to have, because now you won't be afraid of this big giant, because we're going to learn how to take small little bites and be able to profit over time. I'm literally in a trade right now in 3 positions over 30 pips, but we're going to show you how to get 10 pips literally in a trade. Whether you trade in the 5-minute window, the 15-minute, the 30-minute window, we're going to show you how to literally trade what you see, not what you think, and really build yourself a portfolio of where you can grow an income. Now, I know there's a lot of professional traders out there, and this is always going to be recorded, and people will look at this and say, there's more to that. And you're right. There's a lot more to trading. There's so much that you probably will never get all that you need in as far as trading is concerned. But what you will get something that's simple. What you will get something that is actually working. That is why over 60-some people are on this call right now. Not because we're about to give them some hype. They're on this call because there are people just like them, their buddies, their friends saying, man, I think I found a way for us to make money if we don't have to recruit. We don't have to talk to our families and friends. We don't got to go out there and tell you why this product is the greatest, or this one does this, or this will change your life. We simply saying, hey, we have learned how to do something without selling. That's going into this market and trading what we see, not what we think. And by doing that, guys, it's going to position you to really change your life financially. Now, I'm going to be honest, and anytime I talk about numbers, I have to always be transparent here and give an income disclaimer. Past results do not guarantee future results. but you can lose money in trading. And what we try to teach you to do is minimize your loss and increase your gain. And that's what one of the trainings that we're going to do is going to help a lot of our new people, because, you know, we all hear the great news about trading and we all want to hit that what? We want to hit that home run every time we come to the trading board. But sometimes you just need to get a base hit. Sometimes you just need to get the first. Sometimes you need to learn how to get 5, 7, 8, 10 pips. Then you learn how to increase that, or even stay at that small amount, but then learn how to multiply your trades by what we call stacking. And that's a whole different type of trading strategy that you can get into, but it's something that you can learn. And what I've learned from many people that are making a lot of money in this industry is it doesn't take a lot, but you need a strategy that you can be comfortable with, that you can understand, and that you can follow. When you have that in place, guys, you can position yourself to make a lot of money, and you can position yourself to really grow an account. Now, what I want to show you guys real quick is hopefully I need confirmation here real quick. I'm going to show you my screen. Can y'all see my screen, or you still see me? Somebody unmute and talk.
We see you.
Me. Okay. All right. That's
now it's blank.
Huh?
Okay, we still see you.
You still see me. All right.
Now it's black.
Let me share my screen. There we go. So y'all will see more than just me. All right, let's do it this way. Do y'all see it now?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. What you guys are looking at, here's the presentation, ladies and gentlemen. I know most people want me to be formal and talk about the greatest opportunity in the world. No, we're going to talk about how you guys can look at this particular chart and literally make a trade if you wanted to. And basically trading what you see, not what you think. Here's what we're talking about. We trade symbols, thumbs up, thumbs down. We trade lines, your money line, whether it's burgundy for a sell, green for a buy. And we trade arrows. Arrows going up for the buy, arrows going down for the sell. All you need to know now is, what do these arrows mean? What do they represent? And how can they actually help you? So here's a prime example for a buy. This was a great buy. You have thumbs down, you have the safe zone, or you have the money line, I'm sorry. And then I'm doing something a little different. So y'all give me 1 second here. I'm gonna show you exactly where this was at. I'm gonna pause it just 1 second, and I'm gonna show you exactly where's my, there we go. Hang on 1 second. All right, here we go. All right, can y'all see my screen again? Okay, right here, you have thumbs up, you have your money line, and you have your safe zone. And this is, oh, I hear myself, got somebody must got me coming through another speaker. This is on a 5-minute window. And I'm just doing this in the 5 because you can do this in the 5-minute window. You can do it at 15, you can do it in the 30. But I'm just showing you for example purposes. This would be a trade that most people will look to do what? Take a buy. Why? Because you have the conditions to trigger the buy. You have your thumbs up, you have your money line, and you have your safe zone. But here's another thing that we're going to learn a little bit more today once we get into training is we are showing you, oh, let me mute everybody out one more time. And another thing that we learn here, guys, is, and you'll see, is when it's coming off of, we have what is called our supply and demand line. When you have a setup where it's coming off of your verified supply, you have your semaphore, you got your thumbs up, you have your safe zone, and you have your money line. This is like I want to call it, you ever heard something called a laydown? This is a laydown trade. This trade is the probability of this trade going in the direction that you're looking for is extremely high. And you're going to learn about this tonight. You're going to learn how you can literally go in this market and capture yourself 10 pips and keep on moving, or you can capture even more pips. And guys, what you're doing is you're basically saying, I don't have to be an expert trader to make a great deal of income. All I got to do is be able to trade what I see versus trading what I think. And so if the person invited you out, you want to thank them because they are looking out for your well-being, because we are having so much fun over here capturing 10, 15, 20, 30. Some people are capturing even more, and they've never traded before in their lives. And all they did was came in, followed a system, got involved with the system and followed it, and literally started seeing success. And so what we did is we put together an opportunity for you to be a part of our community, as well as to be able to share this with others. So how do you get started with us? You'll be able to connect with the person who invited you to come to look at this, and they will give you access to one of their portals. And it will give you the opportunity to be a part of our entire community. We have another part of our community that allows you to, we teach you how to grow your money once you start making it with our financial suite we call Life Leadership. And with this leadership suite, it gives you the ability to learn how to protect your money, grow your money, and has other benefits that you can get involved in or you can have access to when you join this community. Now, let me just share with you, I know you're thinking about, well, how much does this cost? This looks pretty cool. It looks pretty simple. And how much does it cost? But before I share with you the cost, let me share with you just a few stories. And because, you can hear my story and go, well, yeah, it's one of your products. You definitely will oversell it. But if you've been a part of our community and you've been trading with this system for the next 30 seconds, now don't give me your whole life testimony. I might have to cut you off. But for 30 seconds, just basically give your name, how long you've been using the system, and what kind of success you've had as far as how many pips you've been able to capture utilizing this system. Anybody want to unmute themselves and just give their short testimony?
Stan, this is Kaya.
All right. Hey, how you doing, Kaya?
I'm fine. I couldn't catch a pip if somebody gave you the biggest glove in the world before trying to do this. Before I started using your system. Now I feel like I can get into trades. I've even stacked a couple. One day I got 12. One day I got 20 something. So it's an easy, simple, method of trading for people that are beginners like myself.
All right. Well, Kaya, I appreciate you sharing that. Anyone else?
Hello, Stan. This is Sean Dogan, and I've been with Stan for a little over a year now, and this system by far is one of the best systems that I have traded, and can consistently get between 10 and 25 pips a day, and that's definitely enough to change your life. And so thank you so much.
Wow. Appreciate that. Appreciate that, Sean. Anyone else? Just a few more. Y'all know I have to call your names here. I see your name, so give you opportunity to go ahead.
Stan, this is Roland.
What's going on, Roland?
I've been in your program for 3 months. I got my daughter involved, getting another daughter involved, getting 4 or 5 other people involved. I'm in 3 trades right now, up about 25 pips, loving it. If you don't get involved, you stupid. That's all I gotta say.
He mean that in a good way, ladies and gentlemen. Now, Roland, let me just share with you guys. Roland, if I'm not mistaken, last week, how many pips did you generate last week?
Too many. Oh,
Too many?
200-300.
200-300 pips last week, and this was why he was doing a busy schedule, guys. All he was doing was he'll come in. He doesn't mark up the charts. See, a lot of times when you do trading, they want you to do what is called markups. And that is absolutely fantastic. There is nothing wrong with it. There is a place for it. There is benefit for marking up your charts. But when you're trying to look to, and you know, you ever heard of the saying, grow, as you learn more, you'll grow. But a lot of times it's hard to get started because you feel like there's too much you need to learn. And I think sometimes when it comes to trading, there's a sense of what they call information overload, because you learn so much, but you have a hard time applying any of the stuff that you learn because there's so much information that you gather. But just be able to say, okay, all I got to do is when I see the thumbs up, I'm looking for a buy. But I need to wait for a money line turning green. I need to wait for an arrow pointing up to confirm. And if it's coming off of one of these green or red lines, these are confirmations for me to continue to get into that trade. Guys, that's basically what we're doing. Let me get a couple more testimonies and we'll wrap this portion up and get into the actual training, because I know that's why you're on this call. Couple more testimonies.
Hi, Stan. This is Celeste. Can you hear me?
I can hear you, Celeste.
I'm Celeste. I am a art teacher, kindergarten through 5th grade art teacher. I've been with the movement probably about 4 or 5 months, and I'm able to trade when it's convenient for me. That means if I'm doing Asian session, New York or London, and even some of the crypto markets. And with the system, I've been able to, on the crypto side, quickly get like 30, 40 pips off of a trade, and if I'm not able to get up early with everybody. But even in the other sessions, it's easy to make those 10 to 20 pips in a day, and I can still do my full-time job and store up that money for a rainy day. So I'm appreciated, Stan, and I'm telling my teacher friends that they need to get involved with this.
Wow. Well, appreciate it. Well, guys, you've heard it. I didn't pay any of these people to say this. They didn't even know that I was going to ask them to share. But these are everyday people, just like you and me. None of us are claiming to be trading experts. So we're never going to make a proclamation that we are now all of a sudden, because we're gathering pips, we are professional traders. We're just excited traders. We're excited because we don't have to wait for someone to give us a signal to go make money in this market. We don't have to get someone to hold our hand or say, hey, can I get up and trade with you live because I don't know what I'm doing. Because you now learn a simple system that you can do that. Now, do we do those things? Absolutely. But you don't have to, because we're putting the power in your hand to be able to trade what you see. Now, how do you get involved, guys? You can get access to this system in a few different ways. One is the best way is to get the best value, and that is to come into our entire community. Our communities consist of our leadership group, which is a company that we partnered up with called Life Leadership. They've been around for several years. They have over 100,000 customers within their community, and we're using their financial platform as a way to help us manage, keep, and get out of debt with the money that we're doing as far as trading. But then you also get access to the TFU system. Both systems combined is $135 a month. That is a monthly subscription. You're not obligated to be in it anytime that you don't want to. If you are not happy with it, you can always get out of you can cancel anytime. But most people are so happy because in a short period of time, they're seeing a lot of success with just using this system. And then we also have an ability for you to earn money as well by sharing this opportunity with others through our Life Leadership opportunity. Now, what do you get when you get involved? One, you will get the actual system that we're talking about, the thumbs up, thumbs down system. You will get access to a system that we are continuing to make better, is our trade assistant, which if you have an opportunity or if you're in a situation where you can't trade, you can put the assistant together and it can assist you in a trade. Everyone, hold on for a second. Let me go ahead and close out this money real quick. Sorry about that. You're doing a meeting and making money at the same time. It's a really, really cool feeling. So guys, you get access to our assistant. And with our assistant, it allows you to program or set it up to actually take trades for you. That is being tweaked right now, is under construction, and there's a lot of cool things being added to it. So it's going to be a lot better than what it already was. And then the last thing, or a couple other things we have, is our live trading. So we actually trade 3 days a week, 2 times a day, utilizing the system that we're talking about. We trade the London session if you're able to get up for the London session. We also trade the New York session if you are able to be involved with the New York session during those certain times. You get up, we trade as a community. We also do training. We answer questions. So we help improve your knowledge and skill on this system. The other thing that we will be bringing out here starting next week, many of you guys have been waiting on, is our auto trading newsletter. And guys, that gives you the ability to grow your account on autopilot. And there'll be more details on that once you join our community, how to get set up with that, how you get your hands on that. So guys, all of those services is included in that 135 package. But the best thing about our system is putting you, the individual, in control of growing your account. There's nothing better than saying, I went into this market, I made a decision, and I grew an account based on what I saw versus what I thought. Because we don't trade what we think, we trade what we see. So ladies and gentlemen, if you are interested in getting your hands on or being a part of our community, get back with the person who shared this with you. That had you to look at this webinar. We're not here to be all polished and through a organized setup. We're just talking. We're just having a family talk, and we're talking because we're excited about what we're doing. We're excited about what we're experiencing, and we're excited to let a lot of people know that they have an opportunity in 2019 to change their financial situation. It's all about them getting involved. So you want to get back with them to get your hands on how to get this product. Hold on, I'm gonna make sure I mute everyone out. So we want to make sure you get your hands on this product so that you can start in 2019 off the right way. So what I want to do now, guys, if you are new, or you are visiting, and you're a guest, that's it. I know y'all want the big, long, elaborate presentation and the history of Forex. We can always give you information on how to go get that. Or I got out of a trade too soon too. But it's okay, I still made money. But I want to get back talking about how can you now grow your account and be extremely consistent with getting in trade. So we're going to transition here. I'm going to go ahead and come out of this particular share mode. Let me see here. Stop share. Okay, there we go. All right, we're going to come out of the share mode. And so let me stop here for a second. Do we have any guests or any questions on how our system works or how you can get involved with our system? Any questions? All right, get back with the person if a question pop up. Whatever, I got a lot of questions here in the chat room here. All right, hold on. Yes, I am recording it. Do I put my email or something, or how will I get access? You will get back with the person, whoever invited you, just shoot them an email, give them a call, and they will give you the information so that you can get involved. I'm just reading some of these questions real quick, guys. Can you please, okay, I muted everyone out. It's freezing, okay. We see you talking, thank you, all right. Really small, can't see the symbols. I have it on my big screen. Hopefully you guys were able to see that. I am recording this, and just going to skimming through to see if anybody have any questions about the presentation. Are you in the, okay, these are just other personalized questions. Okay, well guys, thank you for getting on. Thank you for watching, and this quick webinar overview of our product, our service, why you should be involved, why you should get your hands on this product, and why you should be trading in 2019, because now the power is in your hands. You can trade what you see. You don't have to trade what you think. Trade thumbs up, thumbs down. We trade symbols, lines, colors, and arrows. So with that being said, guys, we're going to now shift to our actual training part of this. And this is for all of our members and our future members that are about to join our communities so that you can learn how to be consistent in winning your trade. So I want to, if he can go ahead and unmute himself, Mr. Kelvin Scott. This is a gentleman that we've come to become really good friends. He's been a trader before, and he got extremely excited about the system that was put together here in the TFU movement, not because it was complex, but because it was simple and it was duplicatable when you understand how to really use it. So what we're going to do now for the remainder of our time here, the next 30 minutes or so, is learn how to effectively use this system to be consistent. Now, does anybody on this webinar want to be consistent in winning their trade? Now, I didn't say perfect and win every single trade, but I said be consistent in winning your trades, 10 pips. And we're going to start out because here's the thing that about trading is we all want to run before we start crawling. And then we want to be, because we want to say that I, made this big certain amount of money, or I caught 100 plus 200 some pips. It is exciting when you do that. But guess what's more exciting than that? That I was consistently every day going into the market, grabbing me 10, 20, 30 pips every single day. I learned the concept of compounding. And now within 6 months or 12 months, I've taken a small account that now it actually rivals my yearly salary at work because of something that I learned how to do and be consistent in. That's more impressive than saying I caught 200 pips or I caught 500 pips, because those are things that don't happen as often. But man, the way this market moves and all the pairs that you can look at, you should be able to clearly go into this market utilizing the system that we have here and really capture the pips that you desire. 10 pips can change your life. 20 pips a day can change a whole lot of things. And we're going to show you now how to be consistent in doing that. So, Mr. Kelvin, are you there?
I am here, sir.
Oh, man, it's great to have you on here. I appreciate you doing this for our community. I'm glad that you are part of it. So, ladies and gentlemen, I am going to step aside, and for the next whatever time he needs, you are welcome to stay. This is being recorded. You want to take notes. If you are already in the community and you're not doing at least 10 pips a day consistently, get your notepad out, take notes. This gentleman here has been killing it since day one of coming into our community, and he has been gracious enough to share his what he's doing with our system to help him be consistent, and now you can do it as well. So, Mr. Scott, I am going to turn the floor over to you. You can go ahead and share your screen and basically take it away.
All right, well, I'm sharing right now. Can everyone see my screen?
Yes, we can see it.
Awesome. Okay, so we're going to just jump right in. Again, as you heard Stanley said, we've known each other for a while. We've become good friends. He put together a very duplicatable system. And for me, that's the exciting part about this whole process. It's not trading for yourself. It's when everybody else can get it too. I don't know how many people who listen to hip hop. Jay-Z has a song and in the track he says, some people think they're rich, but you're not wealthy unless everybody's wealthy with you. And what I've seen a lot in this trade game is people get their secrets and then they confuse you by giving you overload of information so you can't catch up. This TFU system is so simple. I've given people, hey, all you're looking for is you want to see the thumbs up. You want to make sure you're, I don't tell them the money lines, don't know what that is. I say what you want to see. If the line is red, you want to see it turn green for a buy, and then you want to see an arrow. That's all you want to see. And they're like, okay, all right, well, give me some more. There's nothing else. That's all. But what I've come to find over the last few weeks with this system is there's an extra kicker based upon the template. So first thing I want to ask, does everyone have the price line grid on your template? Because if you don't, we need to make sure you know how to get to it. The price line grid is these dashes and these lines. See right here? I want to make sure these are on your chart. That's very important.
Can you show us, please?
Okay, so now don't get lost. I've got a bunch of stuff over to my left. But when you joined the team and Stan sent you all of the indicators and the template.
Well, hey, Kevin, what we'll do is if you are in the community, that will be something that we will show you how to get your hands on, because I don't want to use this time for that. Okay. But we will get that to you. Absolutely.
Yes. So if you don't have it, please reach out to Stan. Email Stan. You want them to come to your account or your which email address?
No, yeah, it's just the TFU Help Center, and we'll make sure you get that. If you don't have it, it's in your template, but we'll make sure you get it.
Okay. So what we look for on the price line, Greg. So with my guys, I've given them some basic instructions for a minimum of 10 pip. Okay. And if you've never traded before, don't look for 50 pip. Don't look for 100 pip. Look for 10 pip. If you can successfully get 10 pip a day, every day, that is going to change your money drastically. I don't care if you start with a $50 account. Don't try to be a big boy or a big girl. Go in with the mindset that all I want for the day is 10 pip profit. By getting 10 pip profit, you're going to see some things happen with your money. Now, I want to show you the best way to get this. First of all, if you haven't watched Stan's back testing video, I implore you to watch it. Many of us have used back testing before, but this visual back testing is what you're looking at right now. Meaning, you'll click on this button right here that says Strategy Tester. For the most part, when you come in the Strategy Tester, it looks like this. Hold on, make Strategy Tester looks like that when you first come to it. If you raise it up, make sure it's set to Expert Advisor, the moving average. You'll select whatever pair you want to test on, whatever pair you want to look at. Today we're looking at Euro JPY, which is the euro against the Japanese yen, and then you're going to set the time frame. You can set this for whatever time frame you want: 1 hour, 1 day, 1 week, 5 minutes, 15 minutes. Once you do that, you're going to give a time frame that you want to look. Right now we're looking from July. Well, actually, Hugo's Way started in September, and so you're looking from the beginning of Hugo's Way, which was in September. And we're going through October 1st, okay? Well, what this allows you to do is, once you pull it up, it'll be black and green, it'll be monochrome, like when you ever pull up your charts. And all you'll do is, before you start it, because the start button is right there, what you'll want to do is drag that speed button all the way left and then hit start. That way, when it starts, you can hit pause. Right now, paused. When you hit pause, you can then right click, go down to your template, and then load your TFU, okay? That will allow you to then push play, and it will run the data real time to show you what would have happened. You see the counter is going. And so this allows you to really understand strategy, how movement goes. Because it's one thing to like drag it back, you can do that, but you want to learn what would I have done in this situation. A lot of times we get false signals. And because we're so ready to hit that enter button because we want to make money right now, we don't wait for the candle to develop, okay? The other day we spoke about OHLC, meaning how candles open. If you're in a bullish candle, meaning you see these green candles, that means the price went up. The bullish candles open at the bottom. So right here is the opening of this candle. It goes to this lowest. You see this black line right here? That's as far as the candle came. Then it ran all the way up here. That's as far high as the price went on that candle. And it settled in here to close. So that's open, low, high, close. That's a bullish. On a bearish, it's the exact opposite. The open is at the top. You're going to see it run up to show its highest, run down to show its lowest, and close at the bottom. And that's OHLC. Okay? Those things are important for price action. People sometimes think I can just get the TFU, just hit enter, and whenever I see a thumbs up and an arrow, you still have to pay attention to price action. That is very important. And if you don't understand price action, jump onto our live trading sessions. We talk a lot, and we do a lot of training in our sessions. On top of that, we have these additional training sessions. Now, for me and my team, what I've been telling them is pay attention to these lines. I'm going to minimize a little bit real quick so you can really see these lines. These lines represent what's called quarter marks. So from here to here. Okay, let me stop. I got to give you a little bit more real quick. So many people ask, what is a pip? I hear you talking about, I got 15 pip, I got 100 pip, I got 200. But what is a pip? Street level, which is Stan saying. I'm using your phrase right now, Stan. A pip is a penny. It's a penny of a penny, okay? So when you look at a penny represents 1% of a dollar. A pip represents 1% of a penny, rather. So again, a penny is 1% of 100 pennies, which gives you a whole dollar. A pip is 1% of a penny. 100 pip will give you 1 penny. Okay? And so that's how we trade. When we say we're looking to get 10 pip a day, we're trying to get 10% of a penny every day. That's it. So when you hear guys say, I've gotten 100 pip for the day, or when they say they got 100 pip, they made a penny for the day. It's that easy. Now, when you look at these quarter marks, so here's one right here. Here's a thick line. Here's a dotted line. Here's a dashed line, another dotted line, and a thick line. So when we say quarter marks, when we look at our money, we break it up into quarters, meaning for every penny range. So from 1 cent to say this is 1 cent, this will be 2 cents. This will be 1 cent and a quarter, 1 cent and a half, 1 cent and 75%, and then this will be 2. And so I'll say that again. I may have said it too fast. So when you see these black lines right here, the thick lines represent a whole number, meaning you're 1. Let me show you. I'm talking. If you look right here, if you look over to the right, I got a line to the right. You'll see that the number is really sitting on is 130. Okay. Oh, because we're on the, I should have chosen. Let me choose a different pair. Let me get something a little cleaner than that. I'm sorry. I just thought about that. The yen's not as nice. Let me give you something like the Euro USD. Where you at? EU, where you are? Where are you? EJ, any USD. Okay, I'll take this NZD. Oh, the one up now. There we go. That's better. All right, we'll take the EU. Okay, leave the dates. Let's start. And so when you start it, it's always going to, oh, I didn't hit, man. Oh, see, that's what happens when you don't have it all the way down. And so I'm going to right click and I'm going to load my template and load. Where is it? Okay, so we're gonna come back out again. All right, so let's look at these black lines. So if you look at this black line, you'll see it says 117 or 118 is the black line. Okay, if I can do it perfectly, it's 118. This one is going to be 117. This dotted line is 117.25. This hashed line is 117.5. And this other dotted line is 117.75. So again, I'll say that.
The dark lines represent a whole penny. So every time you see a dotted line, I mean a dash, excuse me, whenever you see a thick line, that represents a penny. Every thick line is a penny, okay? And so between thick line and thick line, you're gonna have the 250 mark, you're gonna have the 50 mark, the 500, which is the 50 mark, and then you're gonna have the 75%, okay? If you look at price, I want you to look at these candles. They generally don't turn around until they hit a quarter mark. And so we just look at a couple of them. So if we go here, it tried to break that quarter and it couldn't. It didn't have enough strength and it pushed back down. If you go back here, it bounced around on this quarter, on the half mark. It jumped, it was trying to break through on the 75. If you look back here, it came around the 75 here and it bounced around. It kept trying to break. See all that action right there? That's important when it comes down to the system, because here's the thing. As Stan was saying, if you get a sunburst with a thumb and an arrow on a thick line quarter mark, you can write your check. You're going to get 10 pip. It's not an if, you're going to get 10 pip every single time. But let me, I can't guarantee. For the most part, you're going to get 10 pip, okay? The key is don't be greedy. When you get 10 pip, get out of your trade. And don't go back in because you see it moving. Okay? That's not what we're trying to do. If you've never traded before, you want to get used. You want to get used to winning. This is all about mindset. And if you haven't learned how to win in this market, it will eat you up when you get a loss. And so to keep it simple, you want to get used to building your confidence in 10 pip. And so what I tell them is a couple things. Number one, when you get a sunburst and a thumb or an arrow, if I get a sunburst in between a quarter, I don't take the trade. I wait. Because most times what happens is you get in the trade and it tells you it's about to turn and it keeps going. In what I've seen, the 75s rarely have enough strength to turn the trade. So you got to understand this. When you have a bullish trend or a bearish trend, when the market is going one way, it's like a freight liner. You can't just turn a freight liner around just because you right there on the dime. It takes time to turn it around, okay? And that happens with price as well. Price, if you see from here to here, price is very bullish. It tried to turn around on the 75 mark, and it came back down and was like, you know what? I'm not done yet. So it continued on, it bounced around, it consolidated, it bounced around, and it finally hit this other quarter mark, this thick line quarter mark, and finally at that point, it is enough for it to turn around. I promise you this sunburst came up first time somewhere around here. And the sunburst repaints every time it has a higher high. And so when it was sitting, say it was sitting right here, when price came down and came back up and it got here, when it hit this level, it began to repaint, meaning it moved this sunburst from here to here and then higher. And so now it's moved it from here to now here. I don't take trades when I'm going against the trend. Okay, it's too much. So this line right here, this blue line, for me it's blue. Mine is blue and red. If this line is blue, that means we're in a bullish or the price is going up market, okay? So when I am in this area, the only way I'm taking a sell trade when I'm above the blue line is if I'm on the 50 or the whole mark. I don't take it on the 75 or the 25. I just don't. Now, will it turn around? Sure it will. See it here? It turned around. Gave you a good 33 pip. Me, I like safety. We have too many pairs for me to just say, I'm going to take the trade. I just don't. I've been with this system for a little over 2 weeks. That's it. Not 3 months, 2 weeks. I got in the Thursday after Christmas. And the reason why I'm doing this call is because in 2 weeks, I blew an account up. I mean, it was crazy. And I wasn't over leveraging. I wasn't pushing the trades. There are so many signals every day. I've got the 10 top pairs that Stan gave me. And it goes off so much that when I'm going to bed, I turn off my notifications because my phone is going off all night because there are so many opportunities. So one thing I've learned in my trading, you never chase the trade. You never chase the trade. You allow the trade to come to you. You don't say, oh, I see it. I think it's going to turn. If you ever say, I think in the trade, then don't take the trade. I think means you have no clue. I think also means I want to give additional money away. So when you're seeing trades pop up and you're above the blue line, if the line is blue, meaning you're high, it's above that blue line. If you don't see this sunburst with a thumb and an arrow down on the 50 or the dollar, or the penny, the whole 100 line, I don't take them. Because you'll see once it hit this 100 line, it gave you a sunburst, got the thumb and the arrow closed down on this candle. So from here to here, which was the low, well, actually that was a low right there, was 44 pip. All you wanted was 10 pip. So now you've gotten your 10 pip and you're done. It's that easy. Now, that's when I'm taking the trade against the trend. When I take the trade with the trend, I am looking for a couple things. Number one, I like to see this little dot. So that's the semaphore. So this is called a semaphore 3. When you have the dot, it looks like a sunflower. When you just have a dot, it's a semaphore 2. Okay? When I get a 3, I don't care to take a trade on the 3 unless it's here or here. As you see, it turned on these 75s. I wouldn't have taken them. I would have missed those moves and waited till 50 or 100. But that's how I trade because I like safety. Okay? And so also, when it hit this, it gave you pips. When it hit it, it gave you pips. I just wouldn't have taken it. And so when you start trading, you're going to have to figure out how you trade. And how you trade may be different from how someone else trades. I was stuck in the thinking that it was one way to trade. It's not. The best way to trade is the best way that you see how to trade. That's it. However your mind processes the charts and understanding how you can make money is the best way to trade. The end. But for this process, I like to see blue line. When I see a blue line, I want to trade with the trend. Okay. Right here, I got to buy. I've got a thumb up with an arrow. I'm sitting right under. Now you see, I got a few over here too. But here's the difference. Notice where price was. My price is down here when I got the blue, when I got the thumb and the blue arrow. Price is underneath this 50. This is a 50 moving average, guys, if you didn't know. Okay? Price is under the 50 moving average every time it's called. On this one, price is above the 50 moving average. So the candle opens and closes above the 50 moving average. That is a trade I would take. When you're trading, you have to also think about the candles. I've got some questions here. I'll look at the questions. We'll open up for questions as soon as I'm done. I don't have too much more. I'm going to show you the light with a sail, and we'll go from there. When I take a buy with the trend, I want to see the candle open and close above this 50. So if I get a thumb up, this is a thumb, this is an arrow, and we'll open it up a little bit now because I was just showing you the quarter marks initially. Okay. See this candle? The open of it is above the blue. The close of it is above the blue. And although it gave you what's called a doji when it tells you, traders tell you the price is going to turn around, no. Because it opened and closed above, I have learned how to trust this system so much. with the thumb and the arrow up, this is the trade I'm taking all day and night. Because the money line is also turned green. So my money line, when it's maroon, is selling. When it's green, it's buying. So my money line is turned green. I've got a thumb, an arrow. I'm above the blue line. That is a trade all day, any day. And that's how we trade this thing. There's nothing else to it. With the sell, it's just the opposite. I don't have a good, let me push play so I can find something. I don't have a good one just yet. Let me see. Okay, we still don't get. If we get another one of these where it presents a thumb with an arrow down, okay, I just got a semaphore. I'm gonna give it to me. You don't give me one. Okay, I wish I should have took a screenshot. So with a sell, it's just the opposite. This line will be red, and I want to see a semaphore touching one of these lines to get an arrow up. That's the only way I'm going to take a sell take a buy. When this is turned red, I'm generally only looking for sales. The only way I'm going to take a buy is if this semaphore, thumb, arrow, and the money line changes green on this line, the thick line, or one of these lines, or down here, there's a better one. Right here on this line, which is a halfway. I don't fool with the 75s at all. I don't like the 75s or the 25s at all. 50s and the 100s have a lot of strength. And so if price can't break through the 50 or the 100, more than likely price will turn around. If I've got a thumb, an arrow, the money line changes. Okay, I've given you guys a lot of information, so I'm going to open up for questions. I know I got 1,000 at this point. So, Stan, can you unmute them for questions?
Yeah, if you have a question, just unmute yourself.
On the last trade where you're going to buy, where would you actually get into the trade? Would you get into it after that candle opened and closed? Would you go to the next one to the right of it?
Yes. So we never get in a trade because as you notice, when this came up, this thumb and arrow came up, and it's still 40 minutes left in the candle. We never get in a trade until the candle closes. Now, I think a lot of us are just hitting that button as soon as we see a thumb and the arrow, and then you get mad because by the time it goes to the next candle, that thumb is gone. You gotta wait for the candle to close. When the candle closes and the thumb and the arrow and the money line have changed, and it stays that way on the next candle, you're gonna have a better probability that the trade is gonna go in your direction.
And let me add to that, guys, is if you decide to do that, I always tell people there is a way of being aggressive, and then there's a way of being conservative. Conservative is waiting for the candle to close because our signals are not what we like to call, they don't lag. They go with actual price and as the candles are moving. So you may get that push and you may jump in the trade and it give you the pips that you were looking for. But if you want more consistency of that trade actually giving you those good trades, it's probably best to wait for it to close, because a lot of times the next candle may do what is called a pullback. And then you can have a stop loss that the pullback may be, pretty big. So you have to decide when you've taken that trade. But he said something that was really good, and that is a lot of times you want to use your color moving average, which is that 50 we have. And if you get the signal with the trend, it's always best to take those trades. I would try to avoid taking trades against the trend because it's like swimming upstream. It's better to swim with the current than against the current.
Right.
And that is a way that you can help. Like here's an example. I don't know if right next to the one that he's using example, it gave you an arrow down, but it never broke that moving average. And so again, if you'd have took it, just taking it on the arrow, then you probably would have got faked out. So utilizing both the moving 50, as well as your thumbs up, thumbs down, is I'm taking trades with the trend. So
Yes.
therefore, I am giving myself a better chance to hit the goal that I'm looking for. I know it's always tempting to take trades against the trend because some people say, I don't have enough time and I just want to take it and get this money. Well, sometimes it's worth waiting for the right trade, and it's always best to trade with the trend. So I'm gonna let him finish up as I close out this trade with H.
I mean, basically what Stan just said, when you're going with the trend, when this is blue, look for buys. Let's make it simple. If you're not ready to trade against it yet, if your 50 moving average is blue, look for thumbs up, blue arrows, money line green. If it's red, look for thumbs down. Yeah, no, I don't like that one. This is a decent one. It ain't that many pips, but it's a sell. It closed below the red, and so I would have taken this. I don't think it may be a pip, but let's see how many pip this was. This was a 12 pip trade. So you would have got your 10 pip. and if you're starting trading, I would admonish you to fall in love with the Euro USD. When you trade, you have to take into account what's called a spread. Euro USD has the lowest spread of any pair in the Forex market. So what that means is the spread is the amount of money you pay the broker before you start profiting. And generally that's anywhere from 1 pip to 4 pip if you're looking at the GBP Aussie and GBP New Zealand. Euro USD hovers around 1 pip, meaning if you're looking for a 10 pip profit, you're in profit very quickly when it starts to move with the Euro USD. And so this is one of my favorite introductory pairs because, again, you're still learning how to get used to getting profit. And so we're going to start having some more advanced trainings on trailing stops and stack trading like Stan talked about. From a basic standpoint, if you see a red moving average, you see a thumbs down, a red arrow, the candle closes and it's still there, and the money line is also red, take the next candle for sale. If you see a blue line, which is it's buying, with a thumbs up, a blue arrow, and the color is changing from maroon to green, if that candle closes, take the next candle for a buy.
So the candle has to close above the blue line, is that correct?
Yes.
Gotcha.
Yes. Okay. Yes.
Hey, Kelvin, you went all the way around the world and came back to the simple street level.
You can say to keep the street level.
That's it, guys. That's it. Use the. He went around the world, but he came back to the street level. That's how you get higher percentage of your wins, and that is the color moving average actually helps you with using the actual thumbs up, thumbs down.
I have a question real quick.
Go ahead.
I see you trading on 1 hour. What do you recommend for people like myself that I just started maybe 4 days ago? And
1 hour?
1 hour is fine.
Yeah, the 1 hour or the 30-minute window.
Okay, I can see 30. Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't go lower than that just because a lot of it, you get a lot more signals, and a lot of them can be false signals in the lower time frame. But in the higher time frame, another reason why we like the higher time frame is because one candle can actually move 20, 30 pips.
Yes.
So when you're looking for 10 pips in a higher time frame and you're trading it with the trend, your percentage of winning is extremely higher than it would trying to trade a 5-minute window. You can get a long candle, and that one candle can only be 6 pips. So I would say definitely 30-minute or an hour. So all new people, as we bring this thing to a close, and Kelvin, thank you so much for sharing. And go ahead and unmute, and I'm gonna bring mine or unshare, and I'll come back and share mine real quick. Let me see here. Can y'all see my screen?
Yes, sir.
All right. Here is a prime example, guys. I'm trading this in the 5, but let me go to the 30-minute window here. Here's your blue line, right? There's your blue line. So even though you saw this movement right here, thumbs down, safe zone money line, and it went 30-some pips. And that's where the temptation is for you to say, hey, there was my 10 pips there, but you were going against the current. You want to always try to stay with the current and then look for a better position. So it may took you a while for this to happen, but the real direction you were looking for until price broke through this line, you're still looking for what? Buys. So here was your trade. A money line came first, then came your thumbs up. When it closed, that was your trade right there. As we were on the phone, I mean, y'all were doing the presentation, I was in this trade. Why? It's not because I was smart. It wasn't because I knew something that you didn't know. I saw blue. Blue means I'm looking for buys. Now, where do I buy? When I get my thumbs up, I get my money line, I get my safe zone. That's how you do it. Now that you have your sunburst is into this untested area, I'm now looking to possibly exit that trade. Why? Because I'm finna run into some resistance, but I've already gathered my pips. What happens is we get in the habit of we trade every thumbs up, thumbs down that we see. And not all thumbs are created equally. But just look at it here. Let's actually just take a look at this. Look at a back test. Almost a day and a half, price has been trending down. And you can use these quarter points, and we're going to do another class on this next week of explaining these a little bit more in depth as well. But just keeping it trading what you see, because this line is red, why should you be looking for a buy? Should anybody be looking at a buy if the trend is telling you sell, right? So you should always be looking for what? The thumbs down. Now, here's something that you may fall into is if you've already got your safe zone down and you're looking for the sale, you're like, okay, when can I get in the trade again? You can only get in that trade when you see another thumbs down. You may not get a safe zone down again unless you got a safe zone up. Does that make sense, or do I need to rewind that and say that again? You can only get, the only reason why another thumbs down came here, because a thumbs up came here. But it was still a downtrend. So you don't take this trade because there's no conditions telling you to take it. You have your thumbs down, you have your money line, but your safe zone was way back here and here. So you're not going to get another one because there was not a safe zone going the opposite direction to give it to you again. So here's the key thing to this, guys, and I'm going to tell you, if you just take your time, and that's the biggest thing that is so confusing for people is that we want it right now. Money takes time to develop, but when it develops, it will pay you. See, some of you will want to take this trade here. Oh, what's wrong with this trade, Stan? There's the semaphore, there's the thumbs up, there's the money line. It gave it to you. You would have won this trade, but you're trading it against what? The momentum of this trade. It doesn't matter if you're in the 5-minute window, the 15, 30. Trade with this line based on the signals that you get, and your probability of winning your trades will be a lot higher. Was that clear? Does anybody have any questions on that?
Yes, Stan. Michael has a question.
Go ahead, Michael.
So I just want to reiterate it so that I've understood what you just said. Only use those light blue boxes, which you're calling a safe zone, if I've understood that correctly.
You said what light blue boxes?
Only let that information be applied to your decision if there's an opposite safe zone in between, this one and the prior one that you're no longer in.
What are you talking? Where are you talking about? So I can.
Well, let's say you see a safe zone. You see a safe zone. It's a light blue box, and there's this, blue and red line, and that's where
Well,
price.
are you talking about these boxes right here?
Yes, sir.
These are not safe zones. These boxes these are session boxes. These boxes tell you the different markets. This is the Asian session, this is the London session, and this is the opening of the New York session. When I say safe zone, I'm talking about these arrows.
Oh, got you.
Yeah, so I don't want to confuse you. These boxes do not represent safe zones.
I thought the same.
The logic applies that you should not apply a fresh safe zone unless there's been an opposite safe zone.
It won't give it to you. It won't give it to you. The only way you're going to get in order for you to get another safe zone down, this candle had to create and close and give you one up, and then it'll create another one down. So because this candle did not give you any safe zone, what is this telling you? It's still in a downtrend.
Copy that.
So don't look for a buy until you get confirmation that it's going that way. Here it gave it to you. It made an attempt, but it never broke this line to go back to a bullish move. You would have caught the pips here, but you would have been, this is more of a gamble, a higher gamble. Well, all our trades are gambling, when I say gambling, but we're taking you want the highest probability. Let me take the word gambling out. The highest probability is with the trend.
Copy that.
All right.
Thank you.
Anyone else have any questions? New people, it's simple. It's not easy, but it's simple. All of this trade right here, you may say, man, that is a lot of pips we just missed. 135 pips. But you didn't really know that was going that way. You just had an idea. But when this line became blue, you look left and you saw that, hey, there's no thumbs down, there are no down arrows, and my line is still green. Here is another trade. You got another safe zone here. This is the safe zone slow, letting you know, hey, there is still potential push in the bullish direction, and my moving average line is now also with the trend. Here is a better trade. Even though this would have gave you a lot of pips and you would have given yourself high fives and everything, but the best trade was right here with no headaches, with no frustrations, with no anxiety, and it would have gave you your pips.
So even though that blue arrow that you just pointed out didn't have the thumbs up and the semaphore because it was below there, that counts.
Yep, because there was never a thumbs down to cancel this one out.
Gotcha. Okay.
So always look left to see, is there any thumbs or safe zone that will cancel this from being a true bullish move? Nope. This thumbs down, this safe zone down just was more of a pullback, but it needs to be followed with what? A thumbs down for it to be a confirmed. And this needed to have the money line or I call it the money line, needs to be red. So it didn't get any of that. Everything stayed bullish. Money line was as strong. Even here, guys, look at this. This pullback 72 pips. But what happened to the money line? It never changed. So these are things to look at as you guys are trying to really get consistent. Don't be anxious because you saw the arrows and the lines and all that.
I also see that the candle closed after the blue line. So would that be a confirmation? That long candle that you see that actually went above.
This one here?
After, yeah, that one. So
yeah.
Would that be a confirmation?
Here's another tip for you guys. When you guys have this, and this is why it's cool to have this color movement line. When you have price, this candle here to close, and it closed, and this line is not blue, it says yellow. That means that this trend is still undetermined.
Oh, okay.
So, kind of like cautious. It's the cautious line, red light, green light, blue light, This line could be yellow. You can treat it as a street light. Instead of making this line blue, you can make it green so you can have your true street lights. Yellow means cautious, it's not determined that this is an up or down. But when it turned blue, oh, now it is kind of more definitely in the bullish direction, but I still want to know when can I get in. That's what this safe zone slow came in, is saying, hey, there is more in here that you can take this trade for the buy. Hope that was clear for you guys. If not, please tell me that was confusing.
Well, my question is, you mentioned safe zone slow arrow and safe zone fast. Is this the new system that you?
No, it's not quite. It's the one that you have access to. If you are a part of our community, you have this now.
Okay.
Yep. The one that, remember I told you guys, can put the indicator on twice, put one as fast and put one as slow. And then it will look just like this.
So this is not the aggressive and conservative.
No. That's still being worked on.
Okay.
All right, guys, we have reached an hour and 15 minutes. This is Q&A though. So if my guests are still on here, I'm sorry that we were a little long, but we want you to be as clear and not confused as possible. We want you to see that this is definitely simple. All we do is trade symbols, lines, colors, arrows, and then we try to trade with the current against the currents to give ourselves a higher probability of our trades. Hold on, let me hear. I got questions. Hold on for a second. All right, let me read some of these questions that I have here. All right, appreciate it, everyone. The pivot zone asks, okay, yep. We'll talk about that later. Stan, any updates on the, okay, no updates yet, guys. They're still working on it. So as far as the new settings that y'all looking for, yep. Me too. I closed my positions. Congratulations, James. Definitely catching those pips. All right. Well, guys, they look like these are more comments than they are questions. Ty was on here. He caught a quick 12 pips during the meeting. That's great. All right. Any questions? Going once. Going twice.
No questions, but I caught around 80 pips while on this call.
I know. Was it on? Tell me it was on GA.
What? GA and NU.
Oh my God. Yeah, I'm sitting here on GA just going, oh my goodness.
Up to 90 pips now.
Yep. And why? Because he's trading it with the trend, ladies and gentlemen. Thumbs up. Safe zone, money line. This is a trade. That's 60 pips since we've been talking. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and end this call. Get back with the person who shared this with you. We are not professional traders, but we are excited because we can trade what we see and we don't have to trade what we think. And you can do the same thing. We will teach you the basics and we will have you making money, guys. So thank y'all for jumping on this call. And we're going to go ahead and end the call. Everyone have a great night. Take care.
Thanks, Stan, the man.
All right.